Averroes was an Andalusian philosopher, physician, and Maliki jurist. He is renowned for harmonizing philosophy and religion, with Aristotle as his primary guide to truth. In Islamic law, he revisited key texts like the Mudawwana and Utbiyah, applying Usul al-Fiqh legal methodology to refine them. His major works include Muqaddamat, Al-Bayan wa Tahsil, and Fatawa. Beyond jurisprudence, Ibn Rushd contributed significantly to philosophy, medicine, and theology, tailoring his writings for diverse audiences. In Europe, he was celebrated as the commentator for his interpretation of Aristotle, which shaped medieval Christian thought.
Next, we move to biography Ibn Rushd. His name, Abu al-Walid Muhammad ibn Ahmad ibn Rushd, known as Averroes, lived from 1126 to 1198. He was a prominent jurist, qadi, theologian, and physician, born in Cordoba. He received his legal license at 18 and encountered Aristotelian science and philosophy during his medical studies. Throughout his career, he served as an advisor, conducted astronomical observation, wrote commentaries on Aristotle, and served as Qadi of Seville and Cordoba. He was also the personal physician to the Caliph before becoming the chief Qadi in Cordoba. However, his political favor declined in the middle 1119, leading to his prosecution, exile, and the burning of his philosophical books in 1197. Recalled in 1198, he died shortly after in Marrakesh.
Ibn Rushd's contribution toward Islamic education. Ibn Rushd's perspective on Islamic law epistemology is one of his contributions toward Islamic education. Ibn Rushd emphasized the Quran, Sunnah, and ijtihad independent reasoning. He also used qiyas, analogy, and acknowledged ijma' consensus during the Companions era. There are four foundations of knowledge in fiqh. The first one is primary premise, al-ma'kulat al-ula. The second one is sensory knowledge, al-mahsusat. Third, commonly accepted opinion, al-mashhurat. The last one is accepted opinion, al-maqbulat. Beside Ibn Rushd's contribution toward Islamic education also including knowledge classification. Knowledge classification divided into theoretical, nadari, and practical amali science connecting to theory to practice for cognitive development. The second one is thinking method, khitabiyah. Khitabiyah is persuasive reasoning. Two, jadaliyah. Jadaliyah is logical dialogue. Third, burhaniyah. Burhaniyah is deep analogical reasoning. And the last one is philosophy and religion harmony, that combine general and religious education, inspiring Islamization of science and integrated schooling.
The next one, I want to talk about analysis of the published work of Ibn Rushd. One of the published work of Ibn Rushd named Bidayah al-Mujtahid. According to Ernest Renan, Ibn Rushd have written works about 78 book titles. It include in 28 in philosophy, 20 in medicine, 5 in theology, 8 in law, 4 in astronomy, 2 in literature, and 11 for the other sciences. All of the Ibn Rushd original works were written in Arabic. However, after the banning and burning his work, most of the works that have come down to us today are only in Hebrew and Latin translation. Next, Ibn Rushd learning in fiqh was quite deep, so it was proven in his work named Bidayah al-Mujtahid. He presented to us various reasons of different arguments among the experts of fiqh, which is fuqaha. It was also mentioned the illat of the law. The conventional ulama carries out ijtihad to establish a law for problem that arise, either in direct interpretation to the nas or through other legal istinbat methods that the fuqaha have outlined. In compiling legal products, ulama must be distinct from their diverse methodologies through patterns and life backgrounds. This phenomenon causes each scholar to have different views and opinions regarding a decision on a problem. Lastly, in the chapter on worship in the book Bidayah al-Mujtahid, Ibn Rushd applies several methods. There are two methods that I mentioned. The first one is muttafaq alayhi, agreed upon, and mukhtalaf fiha, disputes. The example of the muttafaq alayhi, which are nas of Al-Quran, nas of Sunnah, ijma', and lastly qiyas. Next, the example of mukhtalaf fiha, istishab, saddu zara'i, and lastly qawl as-sahabi.
Lastly, in conclusion, Ibn Rushd's talent to overcome philosophical and social divide has given him understanding in both Islamic and Western societies. His theories on combining philosophy, science, and religion together, as well as his improvements to Islamic education, are still important today. Besides that, Ibn Rushd showed that faith and logic are similar rather than conflicting. His key contribution to integrating these three disciplines together is that understanding religion need rationale that as a way to effectively acknowledge the reality of enlightenment.